Okay, so I'm recording now. Like I said, today we are doing this topic, mastering assignments. This topic, a little different. Let me click on it here and show you why. You'll notice in this topic of mastering assignments, there's only three links or three pages. There's the learning guide, the homework topics themselves, and then the quiz. So this week, you will be doing a D2L quiz, like I think you did in maybe time management and another, I think academic integrity maybe. No, not academic integrity, but you did it in two other sections where you actually did a D2L quiz. So this is not a Dropbox assignment. You don't need to worry about making a PowerPoint or a Word document. This is just a quick kind of multiple choice quiz for you. So why is this different than the other sections? Well, you'll notice here, there's no PowerPoint, right? So typically in the class, I go through PowerPoint, show you some slides, we look at some information, talk about it, and then that's it. Well, today, this is almost a review of what you've done in this course so far. So let me explain. Let's go into the learning guide. It's not a review of everything, but it's a review of kind of the beginning topics. So this unit will give you an opportunity to review and discuss some of the topics completed in this semester in SD. It's going to serve as like a summary of some of the best approaches for, well, most of all, mastering assignments, but here it says effective learning. But really the point of this today is, using your time management skills, your academic integrity skills, your study skills to effectively complete assignments. So there's really only two activities that you need to do for me this week. Very, very simple. This is kind of a relaxing week in SD, which is good because you can, I'm sure you guys are busy with other things. So there's two things we need to do, or I guess you need to do. You need to look at three links from WikiHow. I'll show them to you in a minute, and then complete the quiz. And that's it. Very nice and relaxing week for us. The other thing I'll mention is that these links, these WikiHow links that you can see here, most of them have information we've already done. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of streamline this. What I mean is everything you guys need for this week is here, everything. Okay, so if you click on this link, Mastering Assignments Homework Quiz, it has literally everything you need. Okay, so the value of this assignment is or 6%, and then it says read the following WikiHow topics, and then click here to do the quiz. Okay, so let me show you the three topics. I don't think I have the quiz opened yet, but I'm going to open it at the end of class, and then you guys will have until Friday to do it. So you guys give me 10 minutes or so to kind of go over some of these links, and that's it. So I'm going to do something now that I highly recommend you do when you're doing your quiz. I'm going to open these links in a new tab. Okay, you can, I know you guys obviously know how to use tabs, or I'm sure you do if you spend as much time on the internet as me, but you can just right click and go open link in new tab. Okay, so let's look at the first one. How to finish your homework. Let me make sure I'm sharing my screen too. Okay, good. So first things first, if you've never looked at WikiHow, it's like Wikipedia, obviously. I'm an old man. We used to call this Web 2.0, and what it is it's a website where users can contribute to the information. It's not just like a static web page where a company presents information. This is a web page where people can go in and edit and create documents. So this woman, top right corner, Emily Listman, she is a test prep tutor, and she's written a guide on some steps to finish your homework. Okay, now she calls it homework. At the college, we typically would call it an assignment or a project or something like that. I don't know. I call them assignments. So again, I'm not going to read this to you. It's a pretty long article, as you can see, but let's just kind of look at some of the topics and discuss how we've learned about them before. So, I mean, look at part 1, guys. Managing your time. Managing your time. Oops. Whoa, I didn't know I could do this. So I could make this as a PowerPoint. I just learned that. Okay, well, let's do it this way. This is incredible. How did I do that? Oh, easy. Wow. Okay, so look, I'm learning something new today. So part 1, managing your time, she says, set aside specific time to do your homework. We did that in time management. Make a to-do list, make a schedule, make a priority list. She mentions the priority list in a minute. It's a good idea to take a break while you're working, go get a coffee, take a stretch, go for a walk. Maybe what I used to do, or what I even still do, is just watch like a quick YouTube video, take my mind off everything. And she mentions to prioritize your tasks, which you guys did, if you remember, in an assignment for me. You listed out some tasks you had to do this week, and you prioritized them. A, most important, B, C, D being least important. Create a schedule. Again, this is like a to-do list, or more specifically, just a schedule. Allocate time every day to do some homework. Using your priority list, complete the most pressing assignments first. Guys, I'm going quick through this because this is review. You guys should all be familiar with this from what we've done before, right? I'm just skimming through this article. I strongly recommend you guys read this yourself before you do the quiz. So break down larger projects into manageable tasks. We did this in study skills and strategies, where we talked about, breaking something large like an essay down into, make an outline, do a draft. Try to not do too many things at once, of course, work on one project at a time, and find a comfortable place to work. This is common sense. You want to minimize your social distractions, any noise. So, I personally don't mind listening to music as long as it's not, too intense. But, maybe not watch TV, or try to not do your homework in the kitchen where your family's eating dinner or hanging out, This write down why you need to finish your homework. We did this in the goal setting unit, or goal setting section. You guys have goals. You want to graduate from college. You want to get a job. Why do you need to finish your math assignment even though you don't like math? You need it to graduate. So, write down why you need to get this done. Another example of that is, if you don't do this assignment, you won't get an A. So, you might say, hey, I need to do this assignment to get that 80 or that A. And then part 3, you can see it up in the top left corner. It says part 3, ask your parents or peers for help. So, ask, I guess that's, typically as university or college students, your parents aren't as useful. I know, at least in my experience. So you might want to ask your peers, like classmates. You can ask me, your teacher, or you can find a tutor. Might cost you money, but there are tutors you can find them typically online. And then you can go to a library. Don't forget, I think that was in, what section was that in? That was early in the course. It might have been in the study skills and strategies section. Yeah, it was in study skills and strategies. We mentioned the importance of a library. And besides the library, the college has the Learning Commons. So you can go to the Writing Center, the Math Help Center, Science Help Center. Librarians can help you with research. Don't forget about the library. And then, of course, set aside your time to do your homework. We did that, of course, in the time management chapter. All right, so cool. Oh, I kind of looped over. Let's look at the next web page. Now, I will admit that you guys are my 3rd class. A lot of these web pages have overlap. So just keep that in mind. You're going to see the same things over and over sometimes. So this WikiHow article is from Jake Adams, another test prep specialist. It's about how to find your motivation to do your homework. So I mean, the easiest answer to this, the guy, what is his name? Jake mentions finding your drive and inspiration. I mean, as a college student, your main drive or inspiration would be to graduate and get that diploma or degree you're looking for, get that job you want, start your career, or, maybe go on to other post-secondary schools. Like, think about why you're at the college. He mentions reward yourself when you meet a goal, and this woman's eating a bagel. I typically, when I'm working hard and I want to reward myself, I'll take a minute and watch a show I've been waiting to see or something like that. But don't forget to take a break. Jake mentions, make sure you're comfortable before you start your work as well. So, set up your study space, have a bite to eat, make a coffee. He kind of mentions to treat yourself before you start working too. And this is kind of going back to your study skills and strategies. Work with a study friend, a partner, a friend you've met at the college. They can really help you keep on task, and kind of maybe something that your friend knows at the college you might need help with, and maybe something your friend needs help with. So you can kind of learn off of each other. He mentions determine where and when and where you work best. So I personally work best in a very quiet area, like a library or an empty classroom or my office. Maybe not my office because my computer's there, but this is one of the most important slides here. We did this in the goal setting chapter, and this was one of the lowest scored assignments of the year. And I'm not saying you guys did this, I just mean over my 3 classes, the goal setting assignment, there were some struggles. The goal setting assignment focused on you guys making SMART goals. And that's really important. That's one of the big things to take away from this course is what is a SMART goal? So some students in their assignment were like, I want to lose weight. I want to get an A. I want to buy a new car. That's a good goal, but it's not a SMART goal. A SMART goal is specific. You can measure it. It's attainable. And all those goals I mentioned are attainable, but it needs to be specific, measurable, relevant to you, and have some sort of timeliness. Like, the time needs to be reasonable. So let's turn those into specific goals. I want to lose weight. Okay, how much and by when? So you could turn that into, I want to lose 1 kilogram by April 1st. That's specific, that's measurable, it's definitely attainable. What about that goal? I said, I want to get an A. Well, in what course? By when? So you could say, I want to get an A in SD by the end of this semester, or maybe you could just say this semester. So keep that in mind. I want to save 10,000 reals before June. That's a good SMART goal. So don't forget about that. Again, talking about your own motivation, remind yourself of why you're in school in the first place. Take care of your mental and physical health as much as you can. This guy is clearly meditating. He's getting a good night's sleep. This also includes eating well, going to the gym if you can. But, don't spend all of your time worrying and stressing about school if you can. We learned a bit about that in, I think, the test taking skills section. Do your best, try to stay healthy, get a good night's sleep. It can really help. And we've seen this before. Find a quiet place to work, put your phone away, take breaks. This is all stuff that we did in the other section. Create a daily work schedule. So that's your to-do list, set a priority list. So you guys can really see the overlap in these two things. And I mean, there's an overlap because these strategies work. Making a to-do list, setting a priority list, setting goals, that they do tend to work. We didn't really talk about this in this course, but this guy mentions downloading an app, to a productivity app. And I know there's a lot of weight loss apps and there's sleep apps, but there's also to-do lists or task management apps you can use as well. All right, last link, and then you guys are free. That's it for today. How to focus on your homework. And this is by Jay or Jai Flicker. He's an academic tutor. So he mentions to make a homework action plan, think about how long each assignments will take. Again, that's all back to time management. Make a priority list, make a to-do list, choose a study quiet area. You know, again, make sure your study space is free of distractions. You can see it's all kind of going over the same thing. Turn off your phone. That's a really good one. Or put it away at least. You don't have to turn it off, but maybe put it in your bag or purse or something. Choose a time when you will focus best. That's actually a really important one for me. I know personally in the mornings, I can't focus. I find it really hard to do work, let's say between, 7 and even 11 a.m., in the mornings, I'm kind of a zombie, but I work really well midday or especially late at night. That's kind of where I work best, after dinner, after I've relaxed for a little bit. That really works for me. Yeah, look at it, make a homework plan. It says ask an adult or classmate. This is obviously geared a bit towards maybe school children, but you guys could ask me or ask a classmate. A really rewarding thing with a to-do list is to cross them off as you complete them. That can really motivate you to keep going. And yeah, I mean, that's it. I'm back at part 1 here. So guys, I didn't mean to go too fast or anything, and I hope you don't feel that I did. It's just, I wanted to skim through those 3 websites, and all you have to do this week is to read these 3 sites, skim through them, open them up in new tabs, and then click here, right on the bottom of the page, to do your quiz. The quiz is due. It's not open yet. I'm going to open it right now once we're done class, but this will be due Friday at, yep, 1 second. This will be due Friday at 11:30 p.m. Yeah, you have a question?
I was gonna say what you just showed us, was it one of the WikiHow websites?
No, it was all 3 of them.
Oh, this was all 3.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And the assignment, the quiz will be 30-minute quiz, yeah, just like always.
Just like always, 30-minute quiz.
Okay.
The other thing I'll mention, speaking of quizzes, is all of your quizzes have been graded, everything. So if it's not put on the college website, well, not the newest ones, the old ones are, but if you want to check your grades, they've all been graded on D2L. So other than that, let me know if you have any questions. And if not, you're good to go. We're free. You guys can relax for the rest of the week and just do this quiz. Thanks, Ola. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Take care. Have a great day.
You too, sir.
Thanks. Bye. Have a good time. You too, Ella. Thank you. Take care.